dear cadets. So as you know, in the last week I was teaching you types of solution on the basis of various categories, various bases. So till on the basis of size of particle size, we have classified the solution on in three categories. Number one, true solution, colloidal solution, and suspension. This classification is completely based on the size of solute particle. There is one more basis, that is on the basis of the component of solution. Components of solution. Components of solution. So on this basis, there are two types of solution. More than two can also be possible. Number one is the binary solution. What is binary solution? The solution having two components, that is solute and solvent. So generally, if we are discussing the solution, it means we are discussing the only binary solution, because in binary solution, ideal components, that is solute and solvent, is present. Sometime ternary, quaternary, these solutions are also there. You will study this one in higher classes. So for the sake of classification, I am writing here one more category, that is ternary solution. So ternary solution is the solution in which you having three components. Means three components are present in the same solution. Now other than this one, there are some more terms. There are some more terms as far as the classification of solution is concerned. So the first one term is concentrate solution. Concentrate solution. Concentrate solution. What is the concentrate solution? Having more solute. Having more solute, but less solvent. Having more solute but less solvent. That is known as concentrate solution. What is the next one? B number is dilute solution. Dilute. Here in concentrate, having more solute but less solvent, means as compared to solvent, solute is more. So solution is said to be concentrate solution. Another one is the dilute solution. What do you mean by dilute solution? Dilute solution is the solution in which solute is less. Solution in which solute is less. Solute is less, but solvent is more. Solvent is more. So often you will come across these words: concentrate solution, dilute solution. So what is the concentrate solution? Solution in which solute is more, solvent is less. And in dilute solution, what is there? Solution in which solute is less but solvent is more. So what we can say, this is also one category of types of solution in which we are classifying the solution on the basis of mutual amount of solute and solvent. So sometimes what is there, as compared to solute, solvent may be more, so resulting solution will be dilute. Sometimes what is there, solute is more as compared to solvent, then solution is said to be concentrate. So clearly it is mentioned, concentrate solution means solution in which solute is more than that of solvent. Means it is a comparative study. As compared to solvent, if solute is more, that is concentrate. If as compared to solvent, solute is less, that is dilute. So this is known as, short form is COM, C-O-M-C. What about this one? Short form is DIL, dilute. COM. Concentrate, short form is CONC, and short form of dilute solution is DIL. So in this way, as far as types of solution on the basis of various bases, I have completely completed. Now new topic is, that is properties of true solution. So what are the properties of true solution? We'll discuss. So dear cadets, now properties of true solution or solution. So remember, if I am talking of solution, it means I am talking of binary solution, and that is only true solution. Generally solution means binary solution. Binary solution means having two components, that is solute and solvent. So the true solution. What are the properties of true solution or solution? So the number one property, it is a homogeneous mixture. So why it is called homogeneous mixture, you know, because solute and solvent particles are equally distributed throughout the available volume. That is why it is called homogeneous mixture. What is the second one? Solute particle size is solute particle size is less than 1 nanometer or less than 10 raised to the power minus 9 meter. So just to see, solute particles are so tiny. Third one is solute particle cannot be seen by naked eye. Cannot be seen by naked eye. What is the fourth one? That is the important thing. Since solute particles are very tiny, they cannot be seen by the naked eye. And now try to understand. It does not show Tyndall effect. Tyndall. Tyndall effect. What is Tyndall effect now? Try to understand. Scattering of beam of light by solute particle. Scattering means spreading. So scattering of beam of light by solute particle. This is known as Tyndall effect. And it does not show Tyndall effect means true solution does not exhibit the Tyndall effect. So first I have explained what is the Tyndall effect. Tyndall effect is nothing but a scattering of beam of light by solute particle. Now question arises, why they do not exhibit the Tyndall effect? Because the size of solute particle is very less. So here you can write scattering of beam of light by solute particle. Since here you can write, since in true solution the size of solute particle is very less. Solute particle is very less. That is why they can't exhibit Tyndall effect. Dear cadet, I am writing this one this side. So I hope that you have got the meaning of Tyndall effect. Tyndall effect is the effect in which the path of incident light is visible because incident light is scattered by the solute particle. Since in true solution the size of solute particle is very small, that is why they do not scatter the beam of light. Hence the path of incident ray or incident light is not visible. It is clearly written. Due to tiny size of solute particle, it does not scatter the beam of light. Hence the path of incidence light or ray is not visible. So this is the property number 4. Now what about the property number 5? Just see. Filter paper have you seen or not? Okay, suppose you have not seen the filter paper. But sugar solution have you seen? Salt solution have you seen? Now just see, at your home also sugar syrup and salt solution is prepared. take ordinary cloth, thin cloth, and try to filter the sugar which is dissolved in the solution. Are you able to filter it? You can't. You cannot filter the sugar particle from the sugar solution because the size of sugar particle or salt particles are so small that they can pass through the pores of ordinary filter papers. Since they are very small, they are very tiny. That is why the solute particle cannot be separated by filtration method because they pass through the pores of ordinary filter paper. This is also one of the characteristics. Another characteristic is true solution is stable. What is the meaning of stability of solution? Suppose you have prepared the solution and you kept undisturbed for some period of time. If solute particles settle down after some period of time, it means the resulting solution is unstable. In case of true solution, you make sugar syrup, sugar solution or salt solution and keep it undisturbed for some period of time, but entire solute particle or salt particle will not settle down. That is why true solution is stable. So what is the meaning of stable solution? Solution in which solute particle do not settle down when it kept undisturbed for some period of time. So these are the properties of true solution. So we started with the homogeneous nature of true solution. The solution is homogeneous. Second one is size of solute particle is so tiny that they cannot be seen by the naked eye. The size of solute particle is less than 1 nanometer. Next one is true solution does not exhibit the Tyndall effect, does not show the Tyndall effect because what is the meaning of Tyndall effect? Meaning of Tyndall effect is scattering of beam of light by the solute particle. Since true solution solute particle is very tiny, they cannot scatter the beam of light. That is why the path of incidence ray. Incidence ray means the ray which is falling on the solution. That is incidence ray. Their path will not be visible. Second one is true solution cannot be filtered by ordinary filter paper. Ordinary method, that is filtration method, because their particles are so small they can pass through the ordinary filter paper. Pores. Next one, true solution is stable because their particles do not settle down when kept undisturbed for some period of time. So these are the properties of true solution. Now concentration of solution. What do you mean by concentration of solution? So dear cadets, now new topic is concentration of solution. So what do you mean by concentration of solution? Concentration of solution means amount of solute in grams present in given amount of solution. Given amount of solution or solvent. Remember, amount of solute in grams present in given amount of solution or solvent. So given amount of solute or solvent may be in terms of mass or may be in terms of volume. Means this solution or solvent may be in gram or may be in milliliter or liter. Remember, so the concentration of solution is nothing but amount of solute present in given amount of solution or solvent. So we can write the formula of this one. Concentration of solution equal to amount of solute in grams divided by amount of solution in gram or milliliter. Now try to understand, in solution two components are there. When is solution formed? Solution is formed when solute and solvent both are there. So in place of amount of solution, what we can write? Amount of solution equal to amount of solute plus amount of solvent. So the same formula can be modified in this way. I am writing this side. In this way, concentration of solution equal to amount of solute in grams divided by, in place of solution you can write amount of solute plus amount of solvent. And now there is one more aspect of concentration of solution. This is the amount of solute present in given amount of solution or solvent. So this formula is based on amount of solution. Same can be expressed in terms of amount of solvent. So this formula can be written like that. Just see, concentration of solution equal to concentration of solution equal to amount of solute in gram divided by amount of solvent. This is also one of the formula of concentration of solution. So try to understand here. We can express the concentration of solution in two ways: in terms of solution, in terms of solvent. But basically the concentration of solution is nothing but a amount of solute in grams present in given amount of solution or solvent. So amount of solute or solvent can be expressed in terms of mass or in terms of volume. If volume you have taken, then it will be in milliliter or liter. If mass you have taken, so it may be in gram or kilo. So next topic is method to express the concentration of solution. Dear cadets, now method to express the concentration of solution. There are various methods to express the concentration of solution. But as from the standard of 9th class, only one method they have given, that is the percentage method. In higher class you will study normality, formality, molality, so many methods are there. But as per the standard of 9th class, only one method is there. So that is known as percentage method. Percentage method. What is this one? What is the percentage method? Amount of solute in gram present in 100 parts of solution. So amount of solute in grams present in 100 parts of solution, and this is two types. How many types? Two types are there. The first one is mass percentage. Second one is volume percentage. So just try to understand here, mass percentage and volume percentage. Method is same only. In mass percentage, what you will write? Means solution will also be in terms of gram only. Amount of solute in grams present in 100 gram of solution in case of mass. So what will be the formula for this one, mass percentage? Amount of solute in grams divided by mass of solution in gram or kilogram into 100. And here in this case what you will write? In this case you will write mass of solute in gram divided by mass volume of solution in milliliter or liter. Try to understand. Here it is optional. Mass of solute you can take in, suppose it is liquid solution. So the in place of mass of solute, what you will take? Volume of solute. So this is the correct formula when solid liquid solution is there. Solid liquid solution is there. This formula is valid when solid liquid solution is there. Means solute is solid and solution is means solvent is liquid. So this is correct. And when this one is correct, this is correct. This is also correct for solid liquid solution. Solid liquid solution. Only method is mass percentage. So mass you have to take solute also in terms of gram and solution also in terms of grams or kilogram. And here also what would be there? Into 100. So now try to understand. Suppose liquid solution is there, then what you will write? Same can be written like that. I am writing this side. Volume percentage. This can be written mass of volume of solute in milliliter or liter divided by volume of solution in milliliter or liter into what is there? 100 into 100. So this is valid for when liquid solution is there. What is there? Liquid solution is there. So remember these are the formula. So just percentage method is two types: mass percentage and volume percentage. In mass percentage, what is there? Solute and solvent amount should be taken in gram or kilogram. Then for solid liquid solution, this is the correct formula. Means amount of solute in grams divided by mass of solution in gram or kilogram. Correct? This is mass percentage into 100. For volume percentage, what is there? Volume percentage, two things are there. Suppose solid liquid solution is there. What is there? Solid liquid solution is there. Then solute you have to take in, means solute is solid and solvent is liquid. Then solute mass you have to take in gram and solution you have to take in milliliter or liter. But suppose liquid solution is there, means the solute and solvent both are liquid. Then volume of solute in milliliter or liter divided by volume of solute in milliliter or liter. So when you read the question, then only you will come to know whether it is liquid solution or solid liquid solution. So now as far as numericals are concerned, which are based on these formula, tomorrow I will complete. Please cadets remember, this is for volume percentage here and here. Two formula is there. So this is when liquid solution is there. This is when solid liquid solution is there. Tomorrow I will complete the entire numericals which are based on these two formulae. And some of the numericals are given in the NCERT books also. Thank you.